Welcome to the video. In today's video, we're gonna be playing a little game of Would You Let These NFL Tight Ends Date Your Daughter? We did a similar thing with the NFL quarterbacks. Now we are doing them with the NFL tight ends. Pretty much, if I had a daughter, this is basically just me saying if I would let these NFL players date my daughter based on vibe, based on, their past, etc. Basically, ranking them based on the scale above yes, maybe, or no. Pretty simple concept. Pretending I have a daughter, and would I let these NFL players date my daughter? Before we get into the video, make sure you like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoy the content because we are dropping daily videos and you don't want to miss out, and shorts. And I also just want to say thank you guys so much for the day in the life yesterday. You guys seemed to super enjoy it. It reached already 100 views, which is amazing. The growth with the videos have been great as well. So definitely more vlogs are coming on the way, and also more interesting ones because last times it was quite boring. There wasn't a lot going on, so definitely some more interesting vlogs coming soon. And let's just get straight into the video. In the first tight end, we are going to be ranking, I guess, would you let these NFL tight ends date your daughter, is Tyler Conklin. Yeah, I mean, he seems pretty chill. Like, the thing with the tight ends is it's a lot of different position. It's like they're much more like they're a lot harder to rate because you don't really hear about them much as quarterbacks. So it's a lot harder to rank comparatively to quarterbacks, but I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, Tyler Conklin seems like a nice chill dude. Yeah, I'd let him date my daughter. Next up we have Dawson Knox. I'd say maybe. He seems like he's kind of crazy, but he also seems quite nice. So, no, I'll say yes. I'll say yes. He seems quite nice. There's not a lot to say about him. He's a nice dude. From what I've seen, he's also he really speedy, and I think he'd be a good person for my daughter to date. Next up, we have Durham Smythe. I just don't want. I'm gonna say no based on the name. I do not want my daughter to have the last name Smythe. That just seems like a name that I just want to avoid. I'm sorry if I'm slandering the whole Smythe family. It's too hard of a name to pronounce, so I do not want him to date my daughter. And also, like, who cares about him? So, no. Next, we have Hunter Henry. Maybe, like, I don't really get particular vibes. He's a little bit older, which makes you more lean towards no, but I'll put him in maybe because he seems pretty nice. It's just, I don't know if it's going to be personally my type, sorry, my daughter's type, so I'll say maybe. It seems pretty nice, but he's also a little older in age, so maybe. Next we have Mark Andrews, absolutely super nice guy. Also, when you're the best, one of the best in the game of NFL tight ends currently, you get a little bit more of a chance of dating my daughter because you have a bit more higher standard and a little more money, if you know what I mean. I'll say yes. Next up, we David Njoku. Absolutely, this dude is so underrated. He's so nice, dude. I think this guy might be. I think he's the most underrated tight end in the game, and I really do like him as long. The only thing is, he does get injured a lot. And, I don't want to see him walking around in crutches when he's at my house or whatever. But, I mean, dude, this seems like a nice dude. Next with Pat Freiermuth, no. I don't like the hair. I'm sorry. I'm a lot of these NFL times are going to be based on their appearance more than anything. And no, like, I do not like the dude's hair. It's, like, short, but it's not. It looks like he's trying to be Ben Roethlisberger. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now. Next we have Irv Smith. Nah, he just looks like he's going to be, like, super, he just looks like I don't know how to describe it. He just looks like he's going to just not be a good fit for my daughter. I don't think that he is that cool. I don't know. I don't get a. You know what? It's one of those things where I don't get a good vibe from him. He just looks like he's like all of himself. He doesn't look like he'd care about my daughter. So no. Next to Evan Ingram, no. That face, dude. What is that? I'm sorry. Great NFL player, great football player. He's not the type I like to date my daughter. And also, like, he's just not the person. I think also like he gets injured a lot, but it's not like a Njoku where I can let it slide because he's like it's David Njoku. While as it's Evan Ingram, I'm gonna say no. Next to Bo Cox, no. Actually, I'll say maybe. Seems like a really nice dude, but he kind of terrifies me. Like if you watch him play and you watch him when he speaks and stuff like that, he is terrifying. He looks terrifying, but he's also a super nice guy. His voice is super deep as well, so I'll say maybe super nice guy, but the vibes I'm getting from him are a little bit weird. Next we have Dalton Schultz. Yeah, I'd say so. Pretty good age for my daughter to date, and seems like a pretty nice dude. And yeah, I mean, I didn't really like him when he was on the Cowboys because who likes the Cowboys? But and I was in Houston, so I like him a bit more. I'll say yes. Next up, we have Okonkwo. No, same thing with Smythe. I do not want to have a last name like Okonkwo. I'm sorry, I cannot let that. Njoku, that can slide because it's sick. Okonkwo, I literally can't say the name. And I don't want to have to pronounce my daughter's name as, we'll say Jessica Okonkwo. Like, I'm not having that happen. Next with Travis Kelce, this is obviously the best tight end in the game. I'm saying maybe. Actually, I'm gonna say no. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna say no, and here's the reason why. He seems like a little bit self-made. He seems like he just cares about himself more than anybody else. And he sometimes, if you see him in like games or like TV shows, he sometimes gets kind of crazy. I don't know if I like that vibe. He's also quite he's got a temper tantrum in the NFL games. So I'm gonna say no. He's the best tight end maybe of all time, but as a standard of dating my daughter, no. Next up, we have Gerald Everett. I don't care. He's quite indifferent to me. I'll just say maybe. Seems like a nice dude, but I don't have anything really to say about him. Next up, so I'm just gonna do the two rookies right now because both of them I have literally no experience appearance on them. I don't even know what their name. One's Myers. I think this guy is like Myers. Another one's Luke Musgrave. I don't care because I've never seen them play, so I don't really know how to rank them. So I'm just gonna say maybe. Next we have Greg Dulcich. I actually am gonna say yes. Like I think he's a very very funny man. He just looks funny, doesn't he? Give you that vibe where he just looks funny. I like the mustache. I like the long hair. Yeah, I think he gives me some cool vibes. Next up, I know what your name is, but I don't know what your name is. It's like dude, I made this tier list a while ago. I made this personally, and I don't. It's Jake Ferguson. No, I don't really. If I'm not gonna, if I can't remember your name right now, then why would I want my daughter to date you? Because I'm gonna keep forgetting your name. Next up, we have Dallas Goddard. Yeah, seems like a pretty nice dude for sure. Seems nice and chill. I'm 100%. I think Dallas is a nice dude, and I would 100% let him date my daughter. Just gives me those good vibes. You know what I mean? Like he's always smiling. He's always having a good time. Yes. Next, we have Darren Waller. No, he gets injured too much, so he's gonna make my daughter have to like manage him at all times, and he also has too many tattoos for my liking. I'm gonna say no. Next up, we have Logan Thomas. I'm gonna say no as well. Similar story to Darren Waller. He just gets injured too much, and I don't want him to be like the baby where it's like, "Can I please have some soup?" And then my daughter has to go get him soup. Like, I don't want that. Next up, we have Brock Wright. Honestly, pretty irrelevant, but he actually seems like a nice dude just based on appearance. So I'll say yes. And also, anybody under Dan Campbell is gonna be a nice dude. So I'll say yes. Next, Tia Hawkinson. Absolutely. Super funny dude, super chill guy. Definitely, for sure, for sure. The vibe of Dallas Goddard is amazing. It's amazing. Next up, we have Cole Kmet. It's like maybe he seems like one of those people that has a lot of money and then brags about it. That's the vibe I get off of him. But he seems pretty chill. He seems pretty nice. He looks like he cares about himself, just like Travis Kelce. Next with Hayden Hurst. No, I'm sorry, dude. He terrifies me. He is scary. That beard and the full right hair looks like a Viking. No, absolutely not. Doesn't care about how nice he is. He terrifies me. Next up with Kyle Pitts, maybe. I don't really get a great vibe of him. I just kind of picture him as being like kind of like self-centered and like doesn't really care about other people. I'll say maybe. I don't get a vibe from Kyle Pitts like he's anything special. Next up we have K Dot, I don't care. I literally don't care. I'll say maybe. He's got a nice smile, but I literally could care less about K Dot. And then we have Jawan Johnson. Again, I could care less. I'll say maybe. Sure. Whatever. I don't care. Maybe. Next up, we have George Kittle. Absolutely. This dude is the funniest guy in the NFL. So funny. Love his hair. Love his beard. Great, great, great humor. Absolutely. I think that's a guy that honestly, I would just let my daughter date him just so I could see him. Like, I think that'd be such a cool guy to meet. And he'd be like the Uncle Jokester type dude. Well, absolutely. Next, we have Noah Fan. I'll say no. He gets injured too much, and he's kind of irrelevant at this point. Next, we have Zach Ertz. No. He's just too old. I'm sorry. I cannot let my daughter date a 32-year-old. I cannot let that happen. No. And last but not least, we have Tyler Higbee. I'll say yes. Seems like a pretty chill dude. I think I always see him like you know what it is? He's the only tight end in the division that I'm in with the NFC West because I'm a Niners fan that I actually enjoy watching. I don't really enjoy watching Zach Ertz, and I don't enjoy really watching Noah Fant. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, he seems like a pretty chill dude. And that's me ranking every single NFL tight end based on if I would let them date my daughter. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you enjoy the content. And also comment down below where you would put in these tight ends yourself if you had a daughter. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!